Good afternoon. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what time it is when you come across this. We're going to do a continuation, part two, from the video that we did this rising. I hope everybody has had a peaceful, positive, and productive day today. If not, you still have time left. I hope that your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and of course the Most High help you with that. I also pray that He clothes us in His armor from head to toe, that He strengthens our discernment and guides our steps as we go throughout this day. That being said, when I was going throughout my day today, for some reason it kept coming to my mind that I said the wrong date for the video this rising. So in case I did, today is Thursday, March 12th, 2026. I haven't had a chance to go back and rewatch the video yet to see if I did, but it just came to my mind and it kept like kind of haunting over me throughout the day. So that being said, we're going to do affirmation from the affirmators deck, and then we'll get into the bigger decks. Just to kind of go over what we had from this rising. Our daily scripture was 1 John 3:18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. Our daily mantra, I have compassion for Gumps. It's not easy to have a bad day, and even harder to be a permanent poo-poo head. So have compassion even for the grumpy people. Remember that you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Act out of love, out of kindness, out of empathy, no matter who you're interacting with. Hey there. I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for being here. All right, our grief affirmation for the day was, I'm healing even if it doesn't feel like it. And we actually had two. It is perfectly okay to admit you're not okay. Sometimes we don't feel like we're healing. We experience the triggers, the bad days, and sometimes it makes us question that, but try not to question that. We actually got three here. The one that flew out on its own was no judgment, Joyville. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyways? Remember a few videos back when we talked about changing the way we script our lives, and because I had a tendency of saying that we can be our own worst critic, while flipping the script and saying that we are our best cheerleader. And we are. Nobody can cheer you on better than you can. All right, we got sanctuary and personal growth as well. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip. Or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath. Or a normal-sized trip to a tiny bubble bath. Or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. So finding that quiet time, we talk about it often. I got mine today. I got out in the yard. I put the dogs out on their leads. They got to enjoy the sunshine. I soaked up the sunshine and I harvested a lot of wild, natural growing herbs from the yard that, I did not plant them. They just grow wild. I harvested henbit, chickweed, hairy bittercress, and Parisian speedwell. Those last two, I actually had to use my Google Lens to see what they were. But I've gotten to where I do that a lot when I'm out in the yard. I'll use my Google Lens and find out what the different plants are. Okay, anyways, personal growth. Speaking of personal growth, as I move toward greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away. Like training wheels on a bike, they helped me get to where I am. But now that I can ride, I don't need those slow and crummy wheels, except when I'm making bike analogies. So, striving for personal growth, stepping out of your comfort zone, expanding your knowledge, healing your emotional capacity. All right. Now we'll pull from the Forest Spirit Oracle, continuing the review of what we got earlier today. Our mini affirmation was, I am a beautiful work in progress. Being a work in progress, personal growth, that should never end. We should always be striving to grow and learn and expand our consciousness, expand our knowledge, expand our love. Going back to what we got from the affirmations this rising, and we'll review those right now. Being enough, aging, self-love, and loneliness. Remembering that you are always enough. Spirit, God, universe, however you want to speak about it, loves us just the way we are, but also loves us enough to want us to grow and expand and just be more and know more, so that we can share more with others, and so that our lives can grow and expand as a result of that knowledge and growth. All right. Forest Spirit Oracle. From the Angel of Abundance Oracle, we got take a divinely guided chance, do the work, and release resentments about money. Our angel numbers were 404, mind energy, 17, self-belief, and 1010, embrace the journey. Making the most of each and every day, having belief in yourself, in your abilities, in your knowledge. With our chakra affirmations this rising, we got acceptance of self and acknowledge spirit. Acknowledging that we don't do it by ourselves. I feel like that keeps getting louder. We never do it on our own. Hawk spirit and tree spirit. We have perspective on the bottom of the deck, dragonfly, and imagination, green fairy, on the top of the deck. Clear vision. Rise above any adversity and seek clarity as you ascend and achieve true greatness. Very much lining up with the sanctuary. Getting that 11:22 on the timer when I looked. Getting that quiet time, especially out in nature, outside in the sunshine with the fresh air, surrounded by all of the universe's creations, that can very much assist in the process of gaining clarity in whatever area that is for you. You know, it's different for everybody, but just being able to quiet the mind to see and hear clearly without all the outside distraction. And if you think about it, hawks are predator birds. They're very independent. They're very strong. They have very good eyesight. They fly very high. They can see really well from far away. All right, tree spirit, wise counsel. Every time I see this, I think of the movie Pocahontas. Like the wind whispers to the leaves, your higher self gives you guidance now. Also, very much lining up with the sanctuary and the angel numbers that we got this morning. Mind energy, getting your mind right. Pulling back from people, places, and things that may be distracting you. Doing some inner work as far as releasing the resentment about money. We did do the work. Take a divinely guided chance. Do the work. Release resentments about money. So doing some self-reflection, getting your mind right, getting your energy right, releasing the bitterness, the jealousy over money. Money isn't everything. There are people that have so much money they don't know what to do with it all, but they're not happy. I'm not saying that's always the case, but money does not buy happiness. I knew that before I learned it, and I still had to go through the process of learning it. Well, I shouldn't say that. You know, the things that I went through taught me other things, but that is also something that was kind of reinforced. You know, that's something that once you actually experience it yourself, you don't forget it. All right, now we'll pull from the Nature Spirit Oracle. Look at that. Eagle was what we got last time. Vision and foresight. Very much lining up with what's already out here. The clear vision, hawk, and eagle. And if you remember, it's been several videos ago now. It was when I did the video for the guy. I can't think of his name right now, but with the animal spirit deck, he got the eagle, but I read the hawk, and so I had to come back and read the eagle card. So something significant here recently about hawks and eagles. Those can also be animal spirit guides. You could also be seeing hawks or eagles as like messages from the spirit world. Birds in general are very common for that. They are known as the messengers of the spirit realm. It speaks of birds a lot in scripture as well. We will pull from the Animal Allies Birds deck. All right, Nature Seasons Oracle. All these decks can be found on Amazon. I just want to see what these are. We're not going to take them all, but they did slide up over my thumb. Fire, tree, fog, bear, hope, dolphin, and love. What actually flipped over was mountain, challenge, and achievement. Mountains encourage you to embrace challenges and climb to new heights. Don't shy away from the challenge. Show your determination. Take each step toward the summit and you will achieve great success. I've got to get a drink because I'm fixing to cough. Um, wow. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so when I got home today, I always leave the radio playing for the dogs while I'm on. And when I got home, the song Miley Cyrus, The Climb, was on the radio. It's all about the climb. It's all about the journey, not about the destination. It's about the experiences that we have, the knowledge that we gain, the lessons that we learn that we can share with others. That is an achievement. A lot of people struggle with that in life. I guess sometimes I do too. I guess we probably all do at some point or another. Like not focusing on the end destination, just enjoying the ride. We had summer, vitality, and creativity on the bottom of the deck. And what would have been on the top of the deck was wind, freedom, and change. Wow. Very much lining up with this wise counsel, tree spirit. Like the wind whispers to the leaves, your higher self gives you guidance now. Freedom and change. The wind brings a breeze of change. Let go of past limitations and embrace the fresh air of new possibilities. Allow yourself to move freely with the wind, accepting life's changes and exploring new opportunities. Let's see what summer says. Vitality and creativity. Now is the time to unleash your inner creativity. Do not be afraid to express yourself. Pursue the goals that ignite your passion, whether through art, work, or the little things in life. Allow yourself to shine. It's all about the climb. Like, if you've never heard that song, go listen to it. It's back from her Hannah Montana days. Miley Cyrus, The Climb. Taking the time to sit with yourself, to get your mind right, to prepare for this new season ahead. You know, and this stack really could be like a story in itself. Passion and energy. Rooted and vitality. Confusion and clarity. Strength and courage. Faith and expectation. Wisdom and harmony. And unconditional love. I mean, that's kind of like life's puzzle right there, right? We have passion and we have energy, but we need to be rooted in vitality. We seek clarity through confusion, which takes strength and courage. It also takes faith, and we've got to have certain expectations of ourselves, right? Goals. Pursuing that with wisdom and harmony and unconditional love. I mean, look at that. And then spring equinox, balance and harmony. Getting excited about the season ahead. Being excited for spring. I mean, in a way, you know, what that means for you. A new season in life. Literally the new season of spring. A new season of choices. All right, let's pull from the Celestial Insights. This is getting good. I like this out here today. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. Self-belief, no judgment. Embrace the journey, personal growth, mind, energy, and sanctuary. Embracing this journey. You could even say it as in like turning over a new leaf. Laying down, wow. Laying down your burdens. Releasing not only resentments about money, but releasing baggage in general. Not taking that into this, taking a divinely guided chance, doing the work, doing something different. 2222 on the timer when I looked. That's twice. Wow. Doing the work, taking a divinely guided chance on yourself. Accepting yourself, acknowledging that it's a teamwork with you and spirit to let it go. Let them go. And truly love yourself. Be who you want to be. Do what you want to do. Heal and make yourself happy so that you can spread that love and that knowledge with others. What's the Pocahontas song? Okay, let's pull it up. I got plenty of time today. What's it called? Colors of the Wind. It'll probably copyright me for it, but that's okay.
I'm an ignorant savage, and you've been so many places, I guess it must be so. But still I cannot see if the savage one is me. How can there be so much that you don't know? You don't know.
It's probably going to copyright me, but I don't care. I don't have enough viewers for it to matter. But this isn't the song that I'm thinking of.
Are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the moon?
There it is.
What is my path? How am I ever going to find it?
This is what I was thinking of.
The very same question.
She did? What did you tell her?
I told her to listen. All around you are spirits, child. They live in the earth, water, sky. If you listen, they will guide you.
I hear the wind.
Yes. What is it telling you?
I don't understand.
Natura, you will understand. Listen with your heart, you will understand. Let it break upon you like a wave upon the sand.
It's saying something's coming. Strange clouds.
Listen with your heart, you will understand. What What do you see?
Clouds. Strange clouds.
Look at it begins. An entire new world
Okay.
chock full of gold.
That's all we needed.
Just waiting for me.
Monster Math presents multiplication.
Okay, so you get my point. That makes me want to watch that movie. Okay, from the Celestial Insights, we got Cupid Deep Challenge. Challenges in love are testing you. Are you facing difficulties in a relationship? Don't shy away. Facing these challenges head on will strengthen your bond. On the bottom of the deck, we had accept. Accepting things as they are can be a powerful step forward. You may be resisting changes lately. Letting go of control and let go of control, and you'll discover peace and new opportunities in the present moment. So maybe that's one of the things that you struggle with, that a lot of us do. You know, maybe that's something that you're working on. This would be a good time to really kind of implement those changes. Spring is right around the corner. Balance. Balance is the key to a harmonious life. Have you been feeling out of sync? Adjust how you spend your time and energy to ensure you maintain a healthy equilibrium. Balance between work and play. Balance between, it came up not too long ago, balancing of emotions. You know, some of us, especially on the spectrum, neurodivergent personalities, we struggle with learning how to balance our emotions. Learning how to go... Making that a personal growth goal. Learning how to go into your quiet place when you need to find balance. When you need to balance out your energy. Whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually, in whatever way that is that you're attempting to find balance. The quiet time will help with whatever that is. If you can learn to enjoy it. For some of us, that is difficult. All right. Let's go back to... Oh, I hit the wrong button. The Colors of the Wind really does
I love that you love how much
go with it as well.
I love that you love that. I love that. I love that.
All right. Your breakthrough is coming. Unstoppable You, Oracle.
I guess it must be so, but still I cannot see if the savage one is
Feel the change in the wind. Get excited. You better get excited. Get excited for what's to come. Get excited for the possibilities. Get excited about accepting yourself as you are. It's time to rejuvenate myself by giving myself love. I accept myself the way I am. The next step is enough, is what we got. The next step is enough. Those baby steps those small little goals that get us to the bigger goal. Dream big, start now on the bottom of the deck. Look at that. Backed by protect your vision. You've survived worse on the top of the deck. Backed by stop playing small. Take a chance on yourself. And for a lot of us, you know, it could be the first time we've ever done that. A lot of times we're used to taking chances on other people, but not ourselves. All right. We'll read the cliff notes for the top and bottom, and then we'll read the big one. You've survived worse. That's pretty self-explanatory, actually, but we'll still... You've survived worse. Why am I not seeing it? There it is. Page 84. Which breaks down to a 12, which breaks down to a 3. Okay. Core message. You're stronger than any storm you've faced. Key themes: resilience, inner strength, perspective, overcoming adversity, emotional endurance, and self-remembrance. The image, the ship, is making me think it was 33:33 when I looked at the timer. It's making me think of The Little Mermaid. I don't know why I'm getting a bunch of Disney movies today. Let's go with... Yeah, look, there it is. Okay. Dream big and start now. Page 45. Core message. You don't need to have it all figured out. Key themes: beginnings, vision, inspired action, trusting the process, clarity through movement, and permission to begin. Wow. Embrace the journey. One day at a time. One step at a time. The next step is enough. Page 81. Clarity comes from movement. Key themes: presence, simplicity, momentum. Let's see if I... Yeah. Momentum, Trusting the process. Wow. Releasing overwhelm and direction through action. Message. You don't need the full plan. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the next step and trust that it's enough. The path reveals itself through movement, not overthinking. This card is your permission to stop obsessing over the big picture and come back to the moment. The next step, however small, holds the key to your momentum. From that movement comes clarity. Wow. From that clarity comes direction. And from that direction, transformation. Let go of the pressure to figure everything out. All you need right now is to begin. You may be feeling overwhelmed or stuck because you're trying to solve an entire journey in your head before taking action. But life unfolds through doing, not guessing. This card reminds you to trade perfection for presence. You'll know more after you move. There is wisdom in simplicity. Don't underestimate what one step can set into motion. Journaling prompts. What's the actual next step I can take, no matter how small? Where am I holding back because I think I need a full plan? What decision would I make today if I trusted clarity would follow? Grounding practice. One step now. Close your eyes and place both feet firmly on the ground. Take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, what is the very next thing I can do that supports my growth? Whatever comes, no matter how ordinary, honor it with action. Affirmation. I trust the step I take today. It's enough to move me forward. Action step. Name the very next thing your heart, business, healing, or dream needs and do it. Just one step. No pressure to have it all figured out. Just movement. Just trust. The path always gets clearer once you begin walking. Okay, let's just go home. So basically everything we've already talked about in a nutshell. Going all the way back to the beginning where we talked about not being obsessed with the destination, embracing and enjoying the journey, the knowledge, the wisdom, the lessons that come from that. And also going back to what we talked about this morning about setting those smaller goals to accomplish a bigger goal. We talk about that a lot. Okay, let's pull from the Dream Oracle. A lot of Disney movies coming to mind today. Looking at these stones, it's making me think of Jungle Book. When Mowgli's crossing the water, when they're singing the bare necessities. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. It was 41:22 on the timer. I mean the bare necessities. That's how a bear can rest at ease. with just the bare necessities of life. I am a Disney kid for sure. I grew up on the classic Disney, but I'm picking it up a lot today. All right, let's see what we can learn about our dreams today. Let's pull that up. Hold on. It's gonna be stuck in my head until I play it. I mean, I could sing it for you, but they can do it better. Desert House and Flame. We just want one. Close. Train on the bottom of the deck. And Sun on the top of the deck. Sun, S-U-N. Just beware. Learning those lessons.
Have I given you a clue? The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. Oh man, this is really different. So just try. Cool. Fall apart in my backyard. 'Cause let me tell you something, little. If you act like that bee acts, you're working too hard. And don't spend your time looking around for something you want that can't be found. When you find out you can live without it and go along not thinking about it, I'll tell you something true. The bare necessities of life come. The bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your stress. I mean the bare necessities. That's why a bear can rest at ease with just the bare necessities of life. Yeah, with just the bare necessities of life.
I help customers every day who just want laundry to be easier. LG's top-load washers are designed with that in mind.
So there we go. Those bare necessities. Those things that we tend to take for granted. Those little things in life that mean so much. All right, from the dream deck, we got clothes. Clothes symbolize your external identity and self-presentation. Dreaming of clothes reflects your self-image and socialite roles. Old or ill-fitting clothes may suggest you're out of alignment with your true self or conforming to others' expectations. The dream encourages you to shed false facades and express your authentic self more fully. Heart chakra, acceptance of self. On the bottom of the deck, we had train. Train symbolizes the path of fate and the journey of life. Dreaming of a train signals that destiny is in motion, whether you're ready or not. It reminds you that life is a continuous journey. Wow. That's like the fourth time that's come out. With each stop serving a purpose. The train encourages you to keep moving forward, embracing new adventures that will lead you to your destination in time. Beautiful. And then the sun symbolizes life force and consciousness, bringing light and revelation. When the sun appears in your dreams, it marks the moment of awakening, when hidden mysteries are about to be unveiled. Its warmth reminds you that your inner fire is ready to ignite, making now the best time to take action. What? Showcase your strength and reveal your true self to the world. I love how it comes full circle. Oh, big God. Confirmation. All right. So much. Oh, so many. Let's see. Let's go with the Archangel of Fire Oracle. I'm kind of running out of space, but we'll make do. I'm going to move this. So we can slide all this down. All right. Much better. That just gave me Harry Potter vibes when I did that. I might have to watch some Harry Potter tonight. All right, Archangel of Fire Oracle. And we will pull from the Mary Magdalene today as well. We haven't pulled from her in a while. And whatever card it was talking about, the taking the 3 breaths, it made me think of that deck. Okay, Archangel Fire Oracle. Suriel, Metatron, and Jophiel. We're not going to keep all 3 of these, but we will acknowledge them. 15, 31, and 1. Metatron, very much connecting to the sun from the Dream deck. And he represents awakening. Initiation. Cassiel, look at that. Metatron's still on the bottom of the deck. And Sophia on the top of the deck. Cassiel is what actually came out, number 4. Serenity. Very much lining up with the Sanctuary. Confirmation. Serenity. The Angel of Serenity solitude, and temperance. Cassiel's name means God is my cover, and this gentle angel can help you find great strength in your solitude. When life gets on top of us and we feel overwhelmed, she reminds us the importance of taking time out. She also helps us honor our boundaries and to say no when we need to. Her message is that it is okay to put yourself first so you don't become drained. Like the image of her as a graceful Indian woman in this card, as the angel of tears, she assures us there is no shame in showing our vulnerability. By holding in our emotions, we can stifle ourselves. Another name for this angel is Speed of God, because of her ability to help us heal faster. Crying can be so healing as it washes away sorrows and clears old hurts. She also brings us the strength to step back on our path after a period of solitude and serenity. She helps us get back on track with our purpose, even when we feel we don't want to or that we aren't ready. She will give us the motivation to pick ourselves back up. Her message: spend some much needed time alone in quiet solitude to rest and recharge. Honor your emotions and be gentle with yourself. All right, Metatron, number 31. Ancient wisdom. His general message: you are crowned with the light of source because you are the divine incarnate. Walk upon the earth as an angel, and life shall conspire to lift you up. Wisdom is available to those who truly follow the integrity of their heart. And then Sophia, number 38. Unconditional love. Where else did we see that today? From the nature seasons. Unconditional love was in that chunk that we got. Her general message: do not fear the depth of your emotions nor the heights of your exuberance. Humanity is undergoing a shift. Find your inner sanctuary as your emotions deepen and soar. Shut up. And they're blue. Look, her dress is blue and this card is blue. Beautiful. All right, let's look at the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. Last time we got growth, dissipating, and completion. We got passion on the bottom of the deck as we're getting started. Acceptance. Wow. I can't make it up. Impasse on the bottom of the deck. Perfection on the top of the deck. 2 red and an orange. Red is first chakra, base chakra. Orange is second chakra, sacral chakra. So lower chakras. All right, let's see. Acceptance is what actually came out. Cherry heart. Notice spirit is in this image with her. Innocence and an ability to see one's gifts are indicated, as well as the protection of spirit guides, good luck, and an increase of self-esteem and confidence. Let's see what the whole card says. Inspiration. A magic box of self-acceptance appears before you. Your unique qualities reside within. Open it. Are things simple now? Cherry Heart invites you to see yourself as complete, just as you are. Personal inquiry. Am I assessing myself accurately, or am I distorting my reality in a self-defeating way? Can I simply accept myself? Key ideas. New ways of seeing yourself, embracing imperfection, feeling incomplete, and selling yourself short. Keywords: manifesting, knowledge, and luck. And then we had perfection on the top of the deck, which was also with the root chakra. Righteous raspberry. This card indicates protection and an inner conflict between wanting to look good and having compassion for others. Remain kind and unattached to an outcome. Being right and letting others know that you are right may not support the understanding you desire. Okay, so you don't have to say, I told you so. You know, they know, you don't have to actually say it, right? I don't know why that's what I'm getting from that, but let's see. Big yawn. Inspiration. Are you being too hard on yourself and consequently on others? Begin to look for what's right and good in the world, and you will see it. Personal inquiry. Where am I presently focusing? Knowing what's right and telling others about it might not be the best way of being. Key ideas. Alienating others, feeling alienated, seeking perfection, deeply desiring love, and transformation ahead. Keywords: uniqueness, friendship, and acceptance. All right, and then we had impasse, which is associated with the second chakra with the color orange. Reggie Rust. Yeah, he looks pretty rusty. What's done is done. This card can indicate the end of great emotional upset. The power to change direction for the better is supported in Rust. Your angels appear to protect you in the long run. This is a detour, not a no. Be in the here and now. Things will change. Go where you are led for now. Inspiration. This is a reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked and you are at an impasse, but the goal is still there. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused and find another path. Personal inquiry. How adaptable am I? What does this card reveal about my feelings and my reaction to delays? Key ideas: change of direction, regroup and refocus, protection from harm, and guardian angels. Key words: wisdom, opportunity, and surrender. Surrender to the will of the universe, surrender to the flow, accept that maybe choices need to be made. Going into your sanctuary, going into your quiet place to get the clarity that you need about that. Wandering Heart Oracle. And then we'll pull from the Mary Magdalene and we'll be done. I'm starting to get sleepy. Last time we had blessings in disguise and silver lining. We may pull from the herbal astrology as well. It's been a while. It's been a while. All right. Wandering Heart Oracle. Whoa. Follow your heart and free expression. Wow. If that doesn't line up with everything that we've got out here already. Follow your heart and free expression. Number 37 and number 16. Wow. Courage is one hell of a virtue. Freedom and warrior. By pulling this card, you are being asked to remain faithful in your purpose and to hold yourself accountable by following through with the heavy matters that are on your heart. Now is the time to step out into the world in the exact form that your spirit yearns. Your mission looks considerably different than the majority of others. Anyone who is set up to go against the grain will inevitably face loneliness. We've got loneliness out here. So do not feel ashamed when you go through bouts of seclusion. The influence that you have over those who look up to you and confide in you holds weight. You are being divinely escorted and assisted. Find peace in your body. Find peace in your mind. Power your way out of the never-ending obstacles. Be who you want to be. Easier said than done, I know. But overthinking can be damaging to the soul. We already talked about that. I lost my spot. Hold on. Surely you are fighting a necessary fight. Apprehension cannot help you here. Although it can serve as a safeguard in some cases, embrace who you are evolving into. Do not apologize for standing firm. If you are currently unfulfilled with who you are, take this time to find yourself. Find a reason to be happy. Make the necessary changes to feel free. And then number 37, follow your heart. Both of these cards were affirmation cards. I know you can't really see it, but it says affirmation here. And both of these cards are affirmation cards. And they don't all say that. Like, see, this one is not an affirmation. All right, 37, follow your heart. Wherever the wind blows, go there. Shut up. All right, expansion and bravery. When I think back to a time when I can truly say I was fearless, I always remember the feelings right before. Either I was tired of living a lie or I was tired of worrying about what others might say. Eventually, you make the decision to live out your own truth and embark on your own authentic journey. Or you choose to confront others while they experience their own. Comfort, not confront. Only you can decide which makes you feel the most complete. When I think back to the moments that I was daring, I remembered the guilt rushing, fleeting from my body. The worries never disappeared. They just found their place. To each their own, I said. You are here for a reason. Now is the time to expand beyond the constructs of your own mind. Reach higher. Live how you want to. Set beautiful goals for yourself. Remember, you are protected by a divine source. There is no right or wrong way to be. The moment you choose movement, spirit moves with you. The consequences of your actions will always show up. Choose what you would like to be rewarded for. I would have to reread that whole thing again to list all the different confirmations that were there. But if that resonated with you, definitely go back to the beginning of this video. Follow your heart, free expression, acceptance of self, acknowledgement of spirit. Beautiful. All right, let's get an herbal astrology. Then we'll get a Mary Magdalene and we'll be done. We're already over an hour, so. We got trust number 8 with something I cannot pronounce on the bottom of the deck. We're all a little crazy here. You know, we're all a little weird. We've all got our little quirks. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us special. Find a way to embrace your quirkiness. Don't be scared to be authentically you. Don't be afraid to be different. I don't mean like in an extremist kind of way. I just mean don't be afraid to be yourself. $15, Yarrow, Harmony. Beautiful. 22, Transfiguration, with something I cannot pronounce on the bottom of the deck. That almost looks like the tower. The imagery. And 39, Ginkgo, Breakthrough, on the top of the deck. The Sword of Truth there. Let's see. Me too. Even though I can't pronounce this, we'll at least read its notes. Unforeseen change, breakdown, transfiguration, poison transmuted, evil neutralized, rising from the ashes. The guidance. Watch your back. This represents radical change and breakdown. This card can mean that someone or something is harming your energy. If this applies to you, remember that the darkest of energies that bring crisis or unforeseen changes can be transmuted into benevolence. Even the strongest of poisons can be medicine. The first step in neutralizing is recognition. The second step is removing fear and insecurity. And the third step is reconstruction of the self. Examine your life from a third person perspective. Draw upon universal forces to transmute the environment, people, or situations that are depleting your life force. Wow. All right. Number 39, Ginkgo. So protecting your energy, releasing people, places, things, thought patterns, habits, confirmation. Ginkgo, breakthrough. Upright, the dawn of a new mind, new ideas, visionary thinking, mental clarity, and resilience. Astrological rulers, Mars and Uranus. Did I read the astrological rulers of the other one? I don't think I did. Mars and Pluto. Mars and Uranus. So strong Mars. Guidance. Look at that. The sword of truth held by the hand of God rises from the clouds, signaling a moment of breakthrough. This double-edged sword is encircled by a golden crown, symbolizing the victory of transcendence over illusion. Both Ginkgo and Raven are ancient guardians of Earth, both symbolizing the strength and resilience required to protect the ethereal realm, the source of magic. If Ginkgo has appeared in your spread today, you are about to experience a total breakthrough, a revolutionary change in consciousness. Bring the light of dawn to the ongoing cycles of darkness within yourself or those experienced on Earth. Stay dynamic and fluid, and don't allow negativity to cloud your judgment. The light of dawn, the sun. And look, this is the dream deck. The sun is shining in both of these. You could say, I was going to say this is the sun, but that could be a light in the room. But it does look like sunshine coming through a window. But nonetheless, the light at the end of the tunnel. All right, now Yarrow, 15, Harmony. That's the one that actually came out. Equilibrium, balance, discernment, nourished psychic shield, divinary empathy, and sensitivity. Wow, that was a mouthful. Astrological ruler, Venus. The Latin name for Yarrow comes from the hero of Greek myth, Achilles, who was said to give yarrow to his soldiers to heal wounds and stance bleeding during the Trojan War. Embarked back thousands of years in healing practices, including traditional Chinese medicine and Native American practices. In Spain, a 50,000-year-old skull was found with traces of yarrow in its teeth. Yarrow's historical use as a divinatory flower is extensive. In China, Yarrow stalks are gathered, and the straightest ones are collected for scattering to read the divinatory I Ching. Called devil's nettle or devil's plaything in European traditions, it was one of the herbs dedicated to the evil one and used for divination and spells. What? Ruled by Venus, Yarrow is said to provide relief from patterns of disharmony and help cleanse one of unhealthy sorrow or trickling depression. Yarrow embodies harmony, a key concept of Venusian symbology. The balancing force represented by Libra, one of Venus's rulers, is as an appropriate metaphor for how harmonizing yarrow is as a medicine. Venus, as the archetypical manifestation of beauty and aesthetics, also represents self-love, unity, and empathy. Oh my God, like full circle. Guidance. If you're feeling emotionally drained or too sensitive for today's world, it's time to set solid boundaries to regain balance. Didn't we get balance? We got balance. Wow. Use your empathetic abilities as grounding cords to your psychic powers and divinatory skills. Allow your sensitivity to be a filter for what is allowed within your psychic field and what isn't. Like the magic of the white heron. Oh, I did say we would pull from the animal allies. Okay. Move slowly with precision as you navigate emotional waters. Heron teaches us the power of self-reflection as a way to transcend judgmental projections and low self-worth. Draw clear boundaries and examine yourself from a detached perspective. Third person, where did we read that? Look at yourself from a third person perspective. Draw clear boundaries and examine yourself from a detached perspective. Don't blame situations or others as a reason to remain stuck. Yarrow's white light teaches us the power of shielding while remaining gentle in the process of self-discovery. Wow, that was a mouthful, but that was also a lot of confirmations. All right, let's do the animal allies before I forget, because I had already forgotten. It's not a heron, but it's a crane. And it's white. And herons and cranes are very, well, actually they're very different, but they look similar. Wow. I'm definitely going to have to go back and rewatch this one. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize somebody said hello. Will you shout me out and my friend Alexis? We are big fans. Aw. Is it Caitlin? Sorry, I'm just now seeing those. When I start reading, I kind of zone out a little bit. My bad. All right, animal allies. That was quick. Albatross is what came out. You got Goose on the bottom of the deck. And Ren on the top of the deck. Very interesting. The goose was in the cards that we put back. The crane was in the cards that we put back. And I realize a crane isn't a heron, but they do look very similar in imagery. But that being said, let's see what these say. Albatross superpowers. Making hard things look easy. 122.33 on the timer when I looked. Commitment, loyalty, stamina, bringers of good luck and bad, seeing beneath the surface. Albatross wisdom. Taking your time when it comes to matters of the heart and standing by your convictions are signs of wisdom and character. When albatross appears, don't be afraid to take up space in your own life and the world at large. Where can you let yourself become a bigger, more authoritative presence? Albatross wants you to know you have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. That's like the third time that's come up. You make good choices when you trust yourself and seek out wisdom from your inner voice. Going all the way back to the affirmations from this rising, acceptance of self. A major theme out here today. All right, and then we have Goose. Goose superpowers. Golden opportunities, welcoming nature, synchronicity, friendship, ability to overcome obstacles, and stamina. Stamina was in the albatross card as well. Goose wisdom. There is strength in numbers. When working as part of a team, sharing responsibilities is to the advantage of the greater good. When Goose appears, open up to the notion that solutions can appear anywhere and everywhere. Making small positive tweaks to your daily routine can have a surprisingly big ripple effect on your life. Goose wants you to know there are many benefits to joining a group. Community support and care is very valuable, and you not only have much to offer, but there is much you could be receiving as well. I think we talked about that earlier. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's, we've all heard that before. All right, Ren, superpowers. Determination, enthusiasm, spreading happiness, being comfortable in new situations, having a strong moral compass, valuing personal freedom. Ren, wisdom. The ability to blend can often be a secret weapon. Having a keen, observing eye. Wow, going all the way back to the eagle card. And adaptability helps cultivate confidence, especially in new surroundings. When Ren appears, keep your eyes and energy focused on your own goals and desires. If you've gotten off track, adjust your course and get back on the path you've spent your precious life clearing. Ren wants you to know you can pivot your outlook anytime. Cultivate positivity and enthusiasm. Bring your inner spirit's can-do attitude to anything you find yourself struggling with. Going all the way back to the cards we pulled this rising. And I was when we got the no judgment and we talked about being your own cheerleader, changing the script, and instead of being your worst critic, be your best and biggest cheerleader. I realize some days that's easier said than done, but if we don't do it, who else is going to do it? All right, let's pull from Mary, and then we'll be done for the day. I hope everybody has a peaceful and positive evening. Angels was flipped over already. I have never been alone. That's right. Our angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and of course the Most High are always with us. All we have to do is ask for their help. They're just there waiting to to be our team, to be our cheerleaders. I trust in a higher source and I acknowledge my direct connection with it. Acknowledge spirit and accept self. Acceptance of self. They are your team. They are also your cheerleaders. They follow where we lead. All right. Mary, Mary, full of grace, what advice can you give us today? Resurrection and the first power. The dove, spirit speaks through the body never lies, on the bottom of the deck. Testimony, love is stronger than death, on the top of the deck. Resurrect in this life. The ego dies and the soul rises. We're not, well, I don't know. We may read both. Let's see what they look like. Resurrection is page 62. And the first power. Darkness makes vision possible. That's the one that was actually on top. Darkness is the power of the ego that can convince us we're alone, separate, and disconnected. Sometimes darkness comes so we can practice a form of vision that becomes possible only when all sources of external light leave us. In the Gospel of Mary, after Mary has revealed the secret teachings that Christ gave to her, Peter doesn't believe her. He says, quote, "Has the Savior spoken secretly and not openly so that we could all hear? Surely he did not want to show that she is more worthy than we are," end quote. Referencing Mary chapter 10, verses 3 and 4. Then Mary weeps and responds, quote, "My brother Peter, what are you imagining? Do you think that I have thought up these things by myself in my heart, or that I am telling lies about the Savior?" End quote. Referencing Mary chapter 10, verses 5 and 6. Darkness is hard. It's the pain of betrayal. It's the fear of being truly alone. It's the heaviness that comes when we sincerely believe we are not connected anymore to those we most love. Darkness is a very difficult power to be bound to. Within darkness, though, there is a form of vision that becomes available. The most powerful form possible that comes from the light sourced from within us. When those we love the most leave, when we feel cut off from hope, the ensuing darkness gives us the chance to practice seeing the light that originates from within. How do we learn to see in the dark? We use the darkness, that feeling of being cut off from all external sources of love in our lives, to harness the tremendous love that's right here within us, always. We see then our own source of love, and we feel again the deepest power that exists in this world, the power of love that's innate to us, the love that seeps out from within the heart as if from another world, and as if with the potency of every being that has ever lived before us. The love that reminds us of our worthiness just for existing, just for being human. The presence of love that knows us by heart. The presence of love that some of us only find or find again when every other source of love has left us. The soul voice meditation. What vision does this current darkness make possible? Wow. 1:33:03 on the timer when I looked. That was deep. The first time we've ever gotten that card. Let me take a breather. Intermission. That was a lot. All right. Page 62, Resurrection. The ego dies and the soul rises. The Gospel of Philip is an ancient Christian scripture that was excluded in the formation of the Bible, along with the Gospels of Mary Magdalene and Thomas, as well as the Acts of Paul and Thesia, among others. It contains a very different understanding of what it means to resurrect than the more literal, traditional Christian interpretation of it. Resurrection in the Gospel of Philip, and according to the ancient Christians, is something that happens ideally all throughout our lifetime. The Gospel of Philip explains, quote, "You must awaken while in this body, for everything exists in it. Resurrect in this life," end quote. The Christians of the first century, or the Christ movement, practice kenosis, self-emptying love, which releases all attachment to the powers of the ego that have us caged in some form of fear or self-doubt. We let the ego die so the soul can rise. This way, the soul can evolve right here in the human body. The myth of the phoenix always comes to mind with the word resurrection. It's the myth of a magical bird that endures an endless cycle of burning up in flames and then emerging reborn from the ashes. Resurrection here is not about what comes in the next life. Resurrection is about what we can practice right now in this body, in this life. We can awaken to the potential of transformation with every tragedy or disappointment or loss in life, and see everything that happens as a chance for the soul to rise. We can see each death we go through as a chance to resurrect more entirely present to this soul of love within us that survives every fire. Die to what the ego tells you that you have to do, or what you have to be, or who you should have loved, or who you should have left. Die to the ego telling you you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you're not right for this vision you had long ago for your life. Die to the ego telling you it's too late, you're too old or too young to live straight from your heart. Die to the voice of the ego and let the soul resurrect only even louder. The soul voice meditation. What egoic thought can I let go of in this moment? All the way back to the very beginning. You are enough. Being enough. Aging. Self-love. And loneliness. As always, be grateful for what you have. The big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there, today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, you could possibly change their life, and you never know the impact it could have on yours. Be blessed, find peace. I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you next time.